And welcome back to another Danganronpa stream. I'm Bibi, and today we are going to be going through the trial. So yeah, we have yet another murder, and this time it was Sakura, which is rather sad, but I mean I wasn't overly attached to her, so I suppose it's fine. But yeah, so we'll be going through the trial, and let's see who the murderer is. Don't know who the murderer is. I'm going through this game blind, as you guys know, so I'm taking a stab in the dark, and I'm thinking that Hero is possibly the murderer. He was just very sus. So yeah, I don't know, I could be wrong. Don't tell me in the chat, of course, because spoilers if you know. But yeah, it's gonna be good. Okay, so I'm just setting things up on my end. I'll be with you guys in just a wee moment. Pop into the chat, say hello, let me know how you're doing today. If you're new to Danganronpa and you want to have a little guess as to who the murderer is, go right ahead. There's only like 3 people that it could be now, so yeah, we're really whittling down the people, and it's definitely an interesting one. Okie dokie, so let's see here, just popping into the Facebook. But yeah, let's just go straight through here. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up one after the other. And then the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery. What? What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. So yeah, he's gonna start using emojis all the time. Please don't. I beg of you. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. Or condescending, or just obnoxious.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic, and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse?
Phew.
No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative. I suppose you have a point.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends?
What?
He's right. That does make it seem sad. Please stop buying into his bullshit.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it. Hello to TKD Saints, and hello to Rising Sun Reviews. How are you? The bear seems to be a little twisted. This looks like a fun game. Yeah, the Monokuma, the bear, he is a bit of a weird one, that's for sure. Okay, so now that we're in the chat and we're all shared out, let's get straight into it. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. We're going into the trial to see who the murderer is.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you all act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. TKD says, I just finished watching 2014 anime of Fairy Tail. can't wait for the final season of Fairy Tail. Nice. Yeah, I've watched a little bit of Fairy Tail, not a lot. I'm pretty much waiting until I can pick it all up and then just sit down and watch it all at once. I know that's a lot of Fairy Tail, but still, it's a great anime. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Okay, so let's get down there. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I got through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into the steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. Yeah, we seriously have hardly any people left. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just 6 of you, huh? Really?
This is kind of depressing.
That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to a complete end completely? Words once again fail me.
Now then,
are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to kind of get back into the swing of like knowing the controls again, because it's been a few weeks since I played this one. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yes, I do want to save. Saving the game. There we go. Set skills. Let's see. Increase time limit for each phase. Cool and compose steady. Alright, we'll set that as well. We've got that one. As you see, we've hardly got any of these, which is kind of crappy. Didn't spend enough time with some of the other people, so if I go through this again, I'm gonna have to try and, like, you know, get all of them. Okay, so I think we're all good there. Finish preparations. Class trial. All right.
let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And graduating means that you actually get out of this place.
Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Okay. I always account.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
Now let's just quickly go through the controls again because I can't remember much. Silencer, fast forward, open handbook, fire, truth bullet. Okay. Concentrate, select truth bullet. Okay, so it's triangle that I need.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those three specifically. I'm sure she's mentioned it before.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
No.
Shoot.
Wrong one. Sometimes that's the problem. It's
It
starting to
was
get
one of
harder
you.
and I can't remember any of the controls.
One of you killed Sakura.
Let's have a look. I'm just quickly checking something again. Silencer. Select truth bullet. Can I change my truth
And what
bullet at the
reason do you
moment?
have for saying so?
No, I can't.
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Okay, so it wasn't that.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's not what I was
low.
aiming for.
That's about as low
Damn
as
it.
you can get.
Okay, so yeah, we need to... We'll try the next
It was
bit.
one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
What's fast forward again? Fast forward argument circle.
And what reason do you have?
Because you all had a... You hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
Okay, there we go.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's no good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Pocket trash. Okay.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's not right, because he had the same candy
Hero,
that she was eating.
When we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hero, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago! It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her!
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was... when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hero said can't be right. Because Sakura should only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. Rising Sun Review says, I should get the game eventually. Yeah, you totally should. It's a great game. You can get it on the PlayStation Store, and you can get the version that I've got is the first and the second game together, and then there's like a third game as well, which I still need to pick up. But yeah, no, it's real good. And the reason I know that is when Sakura got the candy, Hiro got the candy from Hina. Sakura loved candy too much to share.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Wow, changing your story, Mark?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
If you say so, I think she's acting kind of normal, but alright.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Okay. That's weird.
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
I still think that you did it, Hiro.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
See you later. Have a good sleep, Rising Sun. You have a good night.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message, it was above the magazine shelf, under the magazine shelf, on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense!
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
What's wrong? Oh, okay, look. I should probably listen to what they said, what they're saying first.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw a dying message when he first found the body. But at that time, where was the magazine? The magazine was on the shelf and it was sitting upside down.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No,
And I can...
there's a specific way to do this. I've forgotten. Hold down circle to speed up the debate. That's not what I want. Press triangle to fire the truth bullet. Hold down L1 to open the truth cylinder. Left stick.
tell you
Yeah, I
when
can't remember how
I
to
found
do
the
it.
dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Yeah. That's the
I
problem.
can
I
tell
just
you
can't remember
exactly-
the controls. That's. I'm just checking through these. Sorry about that. Select the concentrate. Okay, so if I press L1 to fire truth bullet, fast forward argument, silencer, aim. Okay, so
When I
let's have a
found
look.
the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
Wrong one. Okay, so it might be the last
Shoot.
one. Yes, I know. I'm gonna end up dying.
I can tell you
in this
exactly when
one.
Ogre's body was...
And I can tell you, it was only after
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Okay, what can I have to do with the seed? Okay, yeah, no.
Shoot!
I have to press something. I've forgotten the controls. There's a specific way to do this. Concentrate, fast forward, weak spot, press triangle, fire whatever truth bullet you have loaded, hold down L1 to open your truth bullet cylinder, automatically loaded. Oh, okay, so maybe it's I need to hold down L1. Successfully eliminate, and let's just look at the controls. Alright, so let's try
I can
this.
tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I
Oh,
found the
okay, it's
dying
holding
message.
down triangle.
It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Right, so if I do
I can tell you
that,
exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No,
and that.
it's wrong.
There we go. That's how you do it. Sorry about that. It was just taking me a while to figure it out.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so
Her
you know
hands
it's true.
were completely clean though, which means that she wouldn't have written it. Without a doubt? No, I absolutely doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Okay, that's this one that I'm terrible
Show me
at.
the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least...
Okay, let's see. I just need to double check this one. During bell, you will take damage. Indicate... Yeah, so what's the controls for this? Lock on. Okay, so it's triangle. Lock on, X, triangle.
He's 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh.
Yeah, okay, failed. It's because it's been a while since I played this, so I don't remember the controls. Let's go back and do that again. Whoopsie daisies. I always end up doing this when I come back around to, yes please, let's try that
to
again.
give up yet.
So frustrating. Okay. Back to the tempo game. So it's X and then triangle.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
Okay, final strike.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
There we go. Got it. It's when they change the tempo on you. It's like, holy shit. What am I doing?
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Yeah, same.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But
Hello to Bear, how are you? We're just playing a little bit of Danganronpa today. Just chilling out, going through the trial here. We're trying to figure out who the murderer is. And it looks like that we have kind of figured it out.
both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I wonder if she actually died by that though. Because I know that there was a poison around as well, so I'm thinking that someone else might still be the murderer. I don't know.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
Hello to Org, who says that was too quick. Yeah, I agree. I think that there's more to it. I mean, Byakuya seems like the type of person that would be smart enough to poison her.
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What he would have had to do after writing the message doesn't make sense. Why he picked Toko, why the magazine was hidden, why he didn't use Sakura's finger. I'm actually not sure. That one? No.
Shoot!
Panic. Okay, wrong one.
I got it!
Okay, there we go.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Huh.
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Okay, so someone moved
Really?
it.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
That's true.
He's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
I mean, that kind of sounds like something that Toko would do, seeing as Toko's name was written in there.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
Well, obviously it was Toko.
If
Seriously.
they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who didn't like... Yeah, well, obviously it's Toko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
I don't think
No,
that you did.
you didn't.
Who asked you?
Jeez, chill out, Toko.
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. And I have to prove that. Okay, so now I need to prove his innocence. Oh god, okay, there's a couple of ones, right. Yellow powder, that is, okay.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
This is going to be a little bit harder than expected. Hiro hit Sakura, that's for sure, but this doesn't end there. There's something that proves that the wounds on her head.
I
Okay.
didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Oh, wrong button. That one?
After the first swing,
No.
the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious?
Hiro really is the killer!
Okay, so... I think it's...
I didn't
have
want
to
to, but
grab
I grabbed him on a Kuma
the
and I hit Ogre
last
from
one.
behind.
You hit her from behind, and you only hit...
Yeah, just once.
I've got to grab
After the
that,
first swing, the bottle
and then I
shattered.
think I need to chuck that
Hiro
at
really is the killer!
the other part.
I didn't want to,
Okay.
but I did it.
Maybe?
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do
That one?
anything.
What's wrong? Did I say something weird?
Shoot.
Okay, no, that's not right. It's these ones that I'm terrible at.
I didn't
Okay.
want to, but I did it.
Yellow powder,
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby,
Kyoto's examination.
and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
No, that's not right. Yes, I know. We'll just go through.
I didn't
I'm
want
gonna
to, but
keep
I
with the
grabbed him on a coop and I
examination.
hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from behind.
And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle
Why
shattered.
is that not working? I feel like that should be the right one.
See? Hero really is the
Okay,
killer!
maybe I need to, like, collect that
I
stuff
didn't want
that's
to,
in front
but
of
I
it
grabbed him
first.
on a coop and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
There we go.
No, that's
It was
wrong.
because that stuff was in the way. It's like, god damn it. I thought that I was, like, picking out the right thing.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
Hello
But
to
I
Gabrielle.
only hit her
How are
once.
you?
How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can
Oh,
you
so
know
that's
that
what
just
she was
from
talking
some cuts
about.
on her head?
Okay.
She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
Right, so, yeah, she went and weighed.
There's something
Monokuma
very suspicious
bottles.
about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used.
They were heavier than the normal bottles, which the rest of them were actually the
Think
same
back.
weight.
After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf.
Oh, yeah, it does kind
right?
of look like that there should be 6 up there, eh?
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
Oh, that's cool, Gabriel.
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But
Well, it
originally,
seemed like
there were
1
6
bottle.
bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
Okay,
But
that makes more sense.
how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy.
The way that they were spaced.
If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
They're chess pieces. The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be, it's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Yeah. Hangman's Gambit. It's chess, so. Chess. Oh, what? Alright. Oh, okay. I see. Right, C. Then we need an E. Then we need an S. Chess. Oh, it's peace. Okay, where's a P? P-I-E-C-E.
Now I understand.
There we go. This is another puzzle that, like, I'm terrible
That's
at
it.
words
The
and
chess
spelling.
pieces.
This is why this game is rather
Inside
difficult
each
for me.
bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I
Right,
remember.
Yeah, so they're missing a bishop.
So, what's that
Or was
matter?
it a queen?
I
that they're
guess you
missing?
don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain.
There's 6 different types.
In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook,
I used to
knight,
play chess as a
bishop,
child. I was
and
in a
pawn.
chess club. I went to a competition and
What was left intact
got,
at
like,
the
4?
crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
yeah,
And on
so
the
you're
ground
missing the
was
queen.
the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
What?
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean.
So,
He's a little bit
let's
special.
say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case.
Yeah, it does.
That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, when the bottle that was missing, it was broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that, Kyoko and I figured it out before. Yeah, it was, where is it? Glass shards on the floor, mark on the bottle, where is it? Monokuma experiment, that one.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles.
Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so, guys, and share out the stream if you haven't shared it out.
And what
Get some
we
more
found
people
was
in.
that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is
There's more
there was
glass.
actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside.
Okay, so it looks like Toko's
But when
the
they
murderer.
did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, especially if it kind of
Plus,
gets you out
I
of
just remembered something
problems.
that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
So she was hiding in that,
Could someone tighten the screws on his
closet,
brain? I
or
think
whatever
they've
it's
come
called.
loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Tokyo was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added to the truth bullets. Oh god. Would you like to hear more? Fine. Teach me more. Then I'll forget and have trouble in the next thing. So far, you've probably been pressing the triangle. No, go back. Go back. Extra attention to your finishing blow. Okay. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during a coup de grace. Okay. You'll select it the same way, non-stop debate, by pressing L1. Debate your logic set. Okay. Few bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're not set to mean regardless. Just this once. You're halfway through the game now. Go you. Well then, good luck, have fun. Only halfway through the game? Really? How am I only halfway through the game? Okay.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie!
I just don't have the, like...
That's enough!
This
Here we
should
go.
prove it.
Oh god, that face. I couldn't get that timing down on that last one.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Well, you guys could have the same sized hand.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
Yeah, it was
Probably
Byakuya.
did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
She attacked her, but I think that Sakura died by,
Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there
poison?
early, so I went
we're still
into the
missing
rec
bits.
room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
So we need to make you sneeze. Oh, okay, she just sneezed.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
What?
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
So, yeah, she
Just
wanted
go
to kill
away and die
Byakuya.
your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
I love
Just can't
that.
catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Cause normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's
Well
gonna...
then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
No, hang on. We've still got stuff. I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on
What's
that one.
wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right?
How do I stop that from autoing? Transcript. Window on and off. Auto mode, R1.
Let's do this.
Okay, there we go. I don't want auto on, because that made me, like, miss stuff. With your faults combined, she is Captain Crazy. Oh my god, I love it.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
God, she's... I can understand why Alex likes her. I mean, she's a little bit insufferable, but she is rather funny. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Make your argument. Examination body. Yellow powder.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Oh, the shelf. Okay. So...
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma...
You got it! I smashed her!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, no, because there's blood there, yeah, but she was back sitting on the chair. So that doesn't make sense.
Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Sorry, just taking a quick drink.
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
Yes, I did, Byakuya. Shut up and stop being a prat.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves that there was an attack in front of the magazine, that was that one.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right?
Do you really think that Toko could move a behemoth like Sakura? She is tiny. That wouldn't work.
All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Yeah, the case definitely hasn't come to an end. The thing that we now know is that that we've still got to go through is the fact that she's got that yellow powder on her feet. She dropped some poison on the ground when she went to go and get her protein shakes, but there was some poison in amongst the protein stuff. So that's why I say I think that she's been poisoned. But who poisoned her?
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
That too.
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because it was open when they were looking through. I was in the locker. The locker was too small. I saw it for myself.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Hello to Sky Demolisher, who says trial for Sakura's killer. Yep. It's a very long case, this one. It's gone from them thinking that Hiro killed her, so Hiro went and smacked her on the back of the head because he thought that Sakura was going to kill him. And then, but Toko was hiding in the closet. I keep forgetting the name of it. The thing behind her, and she passed out because of all the blood, and then smacked what's her face, Sakura, in the head a second time. But we still don't know who the killer is. So yes, it's
Okay, then.
locker. Yes, locker.
Where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
Hello to James. How are you? Welcome to the stream.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
Yeah, I know. How about you just come out and say what the hell you're thinking?
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
The poison. Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's... ... Just got back from afternoon tea down the road. Oh, nice. Yellow powder, Monokuma file 4, Aoi's account.
What was it that killed Ogre?
Also, what is...
It
hang
wasn't
on.
from Genocide
Oh, wrong
Jill's
one.
attack. Then what was it?
There's...
So what's Monokuma file number 4? The victim was Sakura, 12 o'clock, strong blow to the head, no other injuries, vomiting. Okay.
no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
Okay, so yeah, the Monokuma file number 4
What was it that
I need
killed
to
Ogre?
do.
If it wasn't from Jip, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the...
No, that's wrong.
He was vomiting. So, okay. As you see, we're running rather low on time. I'm going to have to
According
start
to the Monokuma file,
like-
Sakura had vomited blood.
getting some extra time from smacking those extra little bits and pieces.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Yeah, I kind of figured that out from the get-go, that it wasn't the smack to the head, but the poisoning that was the actual murder, or the thing that murdered her, but we still don't know who did it.
You're making me go all weak in the knees!
Oh god, please keep it to the bedroom.
She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Oh, please don't tell me that it was... Oh, I'm gonna be upset. Okay, I think I pieced it together. Oh, please no. So she had that, yeah. Whoops. Oh, shit. Okay, did not mean to press that. Are we still online? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We're still live? I pressed the wrong button and I went out of the game for a second there. I did not mean to do that. Please tell me that we're still live. Okay, cool. That's right. Yeah, it was the candy that poisoned her, so Hina accidentally murdered her. Oh, please no. I like Hina. Don't make Hina die. Oh, what? Why? No, I refuse to let... No. Oh, I'm really, really upset about this.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
But she can't be held responsible, can she? Oh, Monokuma frickin' will... I don't know. Oh. Okay, please keep going.
Explain it?
Oh, no.
Of course. If you don't mind.
It must have been... Because who was it? Was it you, Bernard, that said it could be like a Russian roulette? Like poisoned... unless, like, she dropped the... Oh, hang on, yeah. No, hang on. It could have been that, Sakura killed herself. I was just going to say, she had the candy, right? And she has the stuff on her feet, the poison on her feet. It was poison that was on the ground. What if she dropped the piece of candy into it and dusted it off without even thinking, and then she ate it herself? But that would mean... I'm confused. She either killed herself or it was Hina because she gave her the candy in the first place? I don't know, but please don't let Hina die. I want Hina to survive. I like Hina. Hina's waifu.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Oh my god, jeez, chill.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Chem C9.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
It was in the, whoever put it there, though, has to be the killer.
The shelf
right?
is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
Oh, that's how you say that word, reagents. I was saying regents.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us, I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements, I'm positive. Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean...
Ah, okay, so... Who switched the... Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Okay, so the stuff that was on the ground was protein.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
Okay.
Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
It was in the protein bottle. The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which means that, conversely, the poison must have been in, could it be? Hello to Hungary of the Rebellion. Okay. Okay, so the first one is an O, we know that much. Oh no, wait, PR. P-R-O. T. This is my problem, I'm bad at spelling. T. E. Protein. Oh. Something. Oh, drink. Duh. I. N. Someone give me an N. There we go. Protein drink.
Now I understand.
Yeah, again, the spelling is my downfall. Make sure to hit that like
Poison
button, guys.
Must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. It was the protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
But who would hand it to her? Like, it kind of seems like that Hina would be the one that would hand her a protein drink, though. Surely Hina wouldn't murder Sakura, though.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
Okay, so who did it?
I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
Who?
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The footprints? Yeah, there was footprints. It must be what we found in front of the shelf, yeah. So it was... where is it? That.
I got it! The footprints
I'm still
left
slightly
behind
confused.
in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind.
Clown feet.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
I'm so confused. Let's see. Oh, yeah, so we know that the footprints were small because we got Makoto, or my character, to put their foot over one of the footprints, and they were smaller. So, which would lead you to believe either Hero has smaller feet, or it was Hina or Toko.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
Why?
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people that wear sneakers here are Makoto and Hina. Makoto and Leon.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay then, let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way.
They probably devised this plan together.
Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
Yeah, you see, as soon as we were talking about handing protein over to Sakura, I was like, well, the only person that would do that would be Hina.
Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
Okay, now what? I'm so confused. Like, each time they keep piecing things together, it's like, okay, that makes sense, and now you're like, no, this isn't. Huh. This is confusing.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Yeah, why did Sakura have stuff on her feet? That's why I keep saying that I feel like that it was Sakura that killed herself. Like,
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... That doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
Yeah, as they keep saying, the whole locked room thing, the only person that could have locked the room themselves or closed the room off herself is Sakura.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
I mean, yeah. Byakuya's also being very pushy about this. This is so confusing.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Let's see. Sky says she doesn't strike me as a killer though. I think she killed her accidentally, but someone else swapped the protein and poison. Does she go free if she is wrongly accused? No. No, everyone, the blackened. If they get the wrong person, everyone dies, and the one that got away with it gets to leave. Locking the room stops her from being saved. That's true.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well...
You know what's gonna be a bitch? Piecing all this fucking shit together when I have to do that little, like, comic strip thing. I'm totally gonna die multiple times. Just letting you guys know that right now. I'm gonna be dying quite a few times, and we're gonna be going over this over and over again because I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm totally sure of this.
Right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
Uh-huh.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right?
Yeah.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
If it was, I'm just thinking, if it was Sakura or someone else that was staging it, because remember, Sakura had that stuff on her shoes as well. What if it was Sakura that did actually do all this? She dropped the stuff on the ground, like the poison on the ground, got some on her shoes, and she actually had a hold of another pair of shoes that were sneakers. Like, she was holding physical pair of shoes, and she put footprints on the ground in front of, so they're not actually on someone's feet. She's using them and putting some evidence that shouldn't be there. Or whoever else this is. That's the only other thing I can think.
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Well, she was a sporty person. Why would you work out without sneakers? That's the point. How long until we figure it out? I will uncover the full truth of this case. Oh my god. Okay, footprints, powder, source the powder, accumulated shelf. Footprints in the powder.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
So it's either the first one or the
Honestly,
last one.
That's enough.
How much longer must we tolerate this?
First, I went to Section... That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A.
Okay, no, that's not right.
Shoot!
Alright, let's just try.
First, I went to Section... That's when I grabbed
powder.
and you spilled some of the... Yeah. Okay. I moved from Section... And that's where... Once I was done, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A.
No, that's not right either. Okay.
First, I went
Let's
to...
try
That's
and
when I grabbed
grab
the... And you
the-
spilled some of the powder. Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab.
Moving
That's
from
all there is
C
to it.
to A is
Honestly,
wrong.
that's enough.
No
How much
print.
longer must we tolerate this?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure
First,
out
I
which
went
one.
to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from section C to section A.
That's wrong as well.
Shoot!
Ah! You guys are more than welcome to just give me a hint if you want.
That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah.
Source of the
When
powder.
I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved
gonna
from
die, I
section
know it.
C to section A.
No, that's wrong. One more try.
Shoot!
Okay, let's just listen. Let's just go through and listen to it, and then we'll see which one I need to
First, I
grab.
went to section C.
Okay,
That's when I grabbed the poison.
grab the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah.
Footprints in
When
the
I grabbed
powder
the bottle,
from
I
C to
dropped
A. Maybe.
Okay, and then?
Footprints in the powder.
I moved from section C.
That one? Yeah, you're right. Okay.
No, that's wrong.
For some reason, I wasn't clicking to that one. Thank you.
You said you went to get the poison from section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
I got pins and needles in my foot.
And after that, you said you moved from section C to section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to section A.
I could have sworn that I did do that at the very beginning. Maybe I went and clicked over to the wrong one.
That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A. So you never went to section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved section A.
well, you see...
Maybe it was Sakura that went and changed out, went and did all this, and she was planning on, killing Hina this way. And so she's actually just covering for the fact that Sakura was, planning to murder her.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Byakuya just is having a spaz.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Yeah, okay, Byakuya. You've probably been found out.
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
He seems to be freaking out a little.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
I'm so lost. I don't have a clue of who the murderer is. I'm saying it's Byakuya and he's just fucked up, so, yeah.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
Where is that piece of glass from?
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
I'm just as lost. What?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Oh, wait. It's from the door? From breaking... Because remember, the protein shake was on top of all the glass. Not under. I think I remember. I broke something. Rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
where was it? Where was it? The bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window, according to what Hina told us. Section A of the shelf.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Yeah, just a little.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked, but how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Because it was on top of the
We
glass.
already
not
know
under.
she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Okay.
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that?
He's like really frustrated.
How can you know what I don't know?
He doesn't like being wrong, does he? Byakuya does strike me as someone who would kill everyone else through deception. Yeah, he's already kind of tried to do that once, so yeah. The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Yes, okay, I know this one at least. Empty protein drink, okay.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
No, it wasn't.
No, that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, They were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Okay, so that's... I was kind of thinking that, but...
Then tell us already! Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been... I'm actually not sure. No.
Shoot!
Yeah, okay. Sakura?
I got it!
Okay, yeah.
I think it was Sakura herself.
I thought I'd just click Hina just to see what, you know, whether that was right or not. I guess I
So
was wrong.
Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Okay, tempo! Okay.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong!
Jeez.
You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! Do you have any kind of...
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Okay, so Sakura killed herself?
Here's my answer! The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because, of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Okay.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Okay, oh, why do I have to do this? Okay, so they got the letter. Let's look through what we've got. Okay. Yep, so that one goes there. Act 2. She hid. No, wrong one. That one. Candy. And then... let's say... smashed on the head. That one. Wrote Toko's name. Then she came out. Saw the name was written. And hid it. She grabbed the queen and smashed it. Cleaned it up. Then... hang on a sec. There's this one here. Am I missing something? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, that one's obviously a ploy. So if we keep going across, right here, we have got that. And then she picks it up and then places it down. I think that's what we've got. See you later, Gabrielle. Thank you very much for popping in. You have a good sleep. Okay, yeah.
Here's
Think we've got
exactly
it?
what happened.
Hopefully. Okay,
This
so
case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
okay, there we go, the first one.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head.
God, poor Sakura. She's definitely gone through the wars, that's for sure.
Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab.
Yeah, but also, look at those pictures. She has blood on her hands. They said that her hands were completely, like, clean. So, like, if she had blood on her fingers, then you would think that, the first lot of clues with the writing Toko would have been the right one. So they've kind of made a little bit of a contradiction in this little picture thing here.
She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
Yeah, which would have meant that everyone would have died.
And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Well, we got it right the first time
That's
around.
the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Sporty boobs, you tried to kill us all.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Kyoko had some sass. You've been told, Byakuya. Results. B, C, B, A, 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 B, A, A. At least I got an A rank, which is good. Because he's not an uptight asshole that lives in his own head and illusions of grandeur. Okay, so we got some medals.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot?
Okay, time is 8 AM. The voting for a new government has started in Sweden. Oh, okay. Interesting. I think that was the most fascinating of the cases so far. Yes, it was. Very confusing. Very confusing. But, you see, I did kind of, like, I did pick the fact that I think it might have been Sakura. But there were so many things chucked into it that it made it very confusing.
I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Okie dokie. And Sakura is the blackened. So now what?
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you, why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her to a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die!
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take all of us with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand. Then let me explain. Do you realize how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her, and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me...
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt. Sakura. Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find a way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. Huh? You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina.
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you'd just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was? Seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands.
Why?
That's how far you'd pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
Hina, you came. Wait right there. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to... Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she had asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in, please! Open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet...
Why?
You all blamed her. I tried to protect her. And I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner. And we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's what you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us arrive at a wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
It's just taking so long. Long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, 'cause her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad!
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What? Then
Huh?
you lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now, well now, well now, well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribble at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little...
Damn it!
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything.
Pung, pung.
Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other... Okay, jerking each other around.
Phew.
I nearly read that as jerking each other off. That's why I was like, hang on. I better read that correctly. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. Circle jerk, filth.
Shing!
So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey, hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? Well, yeah, hence the whole dying thing. You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sakia. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course. Because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get the situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel concerned. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I've chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry I asked you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
Okay.
But
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try kill each other. But you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, the next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go.
How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear now.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. That word, I can't say that for some reason. If that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Okay. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now, can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time. Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time. How are you supposed to punish anyone it was Sakura, so... What?
What?
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna...
But...
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can't just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you I'm very particular about the beer times one rule? What?
Listen up.
But I spend so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yahoo!
So, for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. Oh, that's right, the 16th classmate. A special guest.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
So... Oh, hi. Oh, well, I guess... Bye, alter ego. Didn't see that one coming. Okay. Right. Well, yeah, no more alter ego. That's a shame. And she's been turned into a Monokuma bear. Uh-huh. Yeah, that was unexpected. Orc says no. I know, right? You...
Oh, no!
You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk.
Phew.
Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. That's... okay. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The colour, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. Wow.
So,
I realised how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this.
but...
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
But still...
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with that laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call... animism? What? Animism? I'm not sure what that word is. Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops. Well, you can call it what you want. Bottom line is, it's it got in my way. It was trying to find things out, all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. Animism is the worship of animals, the oldest religion. Okay, right. That makes sense then. I'd never heard of that word in my life. So that's the problem. It's like, if I've never heard of the word, then I don't know how to say it. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe it was more like a reward, in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So, of course, I don't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reformatting. Cats already think there are gods. Well, that's true. They're a bunch of little assholes, that's for sure. At least my cats are.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly! You're super mad, like, just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that,
uh-huh.
I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay then. Here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet sounds of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learnt one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy! That was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So, book club is dismissed for today.
What?
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even frickin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it.
Huh?
But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
Wah?
There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh? Wow. What a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try and get some rest, you know. And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long and hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message? Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school? The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies? What are they saying to the mastermind? Saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So, the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
But...
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there, other than to head back up? Oh, yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But... Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then... I'll try.
Huh?
That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball. 'Cause you are. Sleazeball!
I see.
Apparently you still have a death wish.
Ugh.
Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse. Give and take. Me! I guess that's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. Oh, phew. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
This is a school announcement. As such, soon the doors to the dining hall. Okay then.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down, along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. And with that, I am going to finish up here. Let's see, can I go here? There we go. Let's just save. Saving. That is... Oh, no. Save. Save, you silly thing. Save, yes, yes. Do I want to overwrite? Yes, please. Okay, I'm going to finish it up right here. Oh... I will say that it was very, very tiring doing all those different voices. Like, I try my best to distinguish, like, between different voices and stuff, so then it makes it a little more interesting. But I will say that doing multiple voices is very exhausting, and I don't know how different some of those voices end up being. So I hope that I'm doing an alright job on that point. I don't have the greatest range, I will say that. But I'm trying. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this. I am tired, so I'm going to finish up here. I should be doing Ape Escape, but I'm going to take a break. I might do Ape Escape in like an hour or something. I'm going to go and have myself a cup of coffee, have something to eat. So how about we say that I'm going to do a stream of Ape Escape at 8 o'clock. So I'll see you guys at the usual time at 8 PM for a normal stream. That's in just over an hour. So yeah, 6:45 here at the moment. So yeah, an hour and 15 minutes I will go and do Ape Escape. So yeah, anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I'll see you guys in just over an hour. Take care, have an awesome day or night wherever you are, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye!